Maybe there's rebelliousness in me. No, you will not box me and you will not quiet me, so I'll say even more crazy shit.
Hi, I'm Gabby Bess. I'm headed to Foxgrove Studios to meet with musician Azealia Banks for Broadly Meets. Recording artist Azealia Banks landed a record deal at the age of 17. By the age of 20, she shot to fame with her breakout single, 212. Despite her obvious talent, Azealia is well known for controversy. The rapper separated from XL Recordings and then Interscope, all before her debut album, Broke with Expensive Taste, was even released. Infamous for her unabashed opinions and Twitter feuds, which have even spread to our own Broadly correspondents, Azealia Banks is truly an independent artist whose work deserves a closer look. Thanks for inviting me to your studio.
Thanks for coming. Thanks for coming and check me out.
When you hear Azealia Banks, like you think controversy, like immediately almost. Is that how you use Twitter? Just sort of like trolling everyone?
I think a lot of times I say things like that would be said here and you'll get it, but in 140 characters, it's like, I'll say something on Twitter and then my head gets ripped off and then Kanye West will say some other fucking meaningless, senseless, dumb shit, And then it's like, oh, well, he's just an artsy man, he's just fucking cool. He's just like, it's like, it's frustrating.
Well, for what it's worth, I mean, I guess you've reconciled with Vice. I don't know if you remember.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if you remember the Twitter feud with my colleague Mitchell. I don't know, I think he was...
Oh, but that's the fucking, okay, don't even get me started on, the white gays, because they really are a separate thing in their own. And they're delusions of, how they fucking think, everybody's supposed to bow down and kiss their ass, and, but I just feel like when you're a white gay man, you just get, this special pass to just, disrespect any fucking woman, however the fuck you want to disrespect her. And nobody's gonna say anything about it to you because you're white and then you're gay. It's like, fuck. Luckily, the margin of people who understand what I'm saying versus don't is starting to change.
So what was the process between okay, I'm 16 and in LaGuardia Fame School and I want to be a professional rapper. What was that jump like?
I don't know. I've always had this really weird obsession with being famous. When I was a kid, just always I want to be on Nickelodeon. I want to be on, I want to be on Disney. I want to be on all these things. My mom always made it very, very clear to me when I was a little girl, as soon as you turn 18, you've got to go.
Really?
You've got to go. You cannot
anywhere?
stay here. As the years of my life started going by, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. By the time I was 14 and I wasn't famous, it was, no, really, honestly, I was really rethinking my life plan. I was just wait, I'm not famous and I'm 14 already. This is ridiculous. I was supposed to be dancing in the video with Little Bow Wow already, So yeah, around the time I was 15, 16, I started rapping. Because it just seemed like a quicker route to fame for me.
How'd you even think that you were oh, I can rap? Would you just
I had
just
a
start doing
boyfriend
it?
who rapped, and we were smoking a lot of weed. We used to be in there eating chicken wings and smoking them dirty blunts, and he would be rapping, and I would just be saying stupid shit, because, just to make him laugh or whatever. But he would be no, you're kind of nice. So I slowly started taking that seriously, and then one day I wrote a rap. And then it was a serious rap. And it was 32 bars and I spit it for him. And he was oh shit, you're really good. My first rap is on 17. I'm not the Dawn Diva, I'm beyond your Dawn skeezers. I get cake from quick juxes with long heaters. 1-7 hot steppin' like Tekken. I'ma be a main bitch in the game like Nina. Whoa, that's some nerd shit.
Did you ever think that you couldn't do it?
There was a point in time where I thought it wasn't going to happen after I got dropped from XL. Now that I was 18 and I had dropped out of high school, didn't have any plans for college, I didn't have a job. My mother's you can't stay here. I was very defeated, just being young and knowing you have nowhere to go. So I just stuck it out, rubbed it out. I went to this strip club in Queens and I auditioned, and my stripper name was Bambi. I only lasted 2 weeks, and it's funny, I was stripping for 2 weeks and then 2 and 2 popped off, and then I was like, whew.
Thank God.
Like, thank God. I was like, okay, no. The gods are watching me. They're watching me because they saw me going down into like a dark world. And then right before I like, got to the gate of hell, they were like, zoop, come on, get on a plane, come to Paris. Perform your new hit single.
You've tweeted sometimes about witchcraft, like very cryptically. Do you practice magic? What are your favorite spells?
The egg spell.
The egg spell?
You cleanse yourself with an egg, right? Pass the egg all over yourself, praying for all of your negativity to go away into the egg, right? But usually you do it like when somebody's fucking with you to get like what the person is doing off of you. You crack it in the crossroad and you walk away and you don't look back. That shit works.
When did that start?
My mother practiced what you would call like espiritismo, like white table magic. Prayers for the ancestors and prayers to saints and cleansing and praying for protection and all type of shit like that, my mother used to be doing like all kind of like, candles and crazy shit. And then she'd be playing DMX, like ironing my Catholic school uniform, like putting my little like Bible study book in my book bag. And I'm like walking out the house like, right, oh, duh, what y'all niggas want?
What have you been working on?
I've been working on a bunch of stuff. I've been working on Slazy mixtape, and I've been working on Fantasy 2, and I've been working on Business and Pleasure. I've been working on 3 projects at once, so.
When I'm listening to your album, it just seems so like uniquely your sound.
Oh, okay.
And so it's interesting like how you curate everything and sort of bring in different like underground producers.
I was looking for just kind of like the next part to my sound. I get obsessed with, not like obsessed with a producer, but like obsessed with his art,
Have you worked with any female producers?
No, Iconica is a female producer from the UK. And I used one of her tracks on the first Fantasy mixtape. It's called Neptune. It's a song with Shiesty on it. I like working with men, like, like writing with men, because just to, like when they come up with things for you to say, it's just so bizarre. Like a man's like interpretation of like what this like strong Black female like wants to, feel like.
Really
it's just
funny.
So funny.
Are they often wrong?
No, they're always right. They're always right. When I get a beat, it's not like, how am I going to own this beat? It's kind of just like, what can I do for this beat? How can I make this piece of music better? It's almost as if like a mute person is trying to tell a story. I have to speak for them.
Mm-hmm. So you're leaving your label soon, right?
Oh, I'm off, baby.
You're already off? Okay.
The thing with the labels is you fall in love with this idea of having like basically this big rich sugar daddy. Here he comes with his big fat gut waddling down the road with his big wallet. And he's just like, hey, baby, I'll give you all this money and I'm gonna do this for you and blah, blah, blah. And it always sounds like a really fucking good idea. They start spending all this money, right? And then nobody makes a move because everybody's too afraid to lose their job, You got the A&R, he's got the company card. He doesn't want to fuck up because he doesn't want to lose his job. He doesn't want to not get invited to the Grammys next year because he no longer works on Universal or whatever. So he has a decision to make. He's like, okay, either she's gonna suffer or I'm gonna suffer. She's going to suffer. And that's what happens all the time.
Have you had any mentors that have sort of guided you?
I've had a lot of people try and step in to mentor me, but I've always just been marching to the beat of this drum. Maybe I've ruined a lot of my like mentor relationships. But may the bridges we burn light the way.
Do you ever feel like you want to like mentor young girls who are coming up?
I think maybe when I'm 50, like when I'm not like also like doing it myself, maybe I could mentor.
Yeah.
Unless I get my label next year and then I sign her. And then I'll tell her everything. I'll tell her all the secrets. Because you can bring me that money, bitch. No, I'm playing.
Do fans send you stuff as well to look out for?
They're kind of my stylists. Sometime, like I'll be like, well, what should I wear? And they'll be like, no, do this, bitch. Yes, bitch. Yes, do the blonde with the tips, with the yes, bitch. Put your titties out, yes. If it were up to them, I would have weaved down fucking Fifth Avenue with 2 bottle caps and a Band-Aid on. I'm telling you.
Not a good look.
I always try and reconcile, but I'm very volatile, very destructive, very destructive. Like when they come out of when those roaches crawl out of the fucking toaster, I don't want to be here. I'm gonna be gone. Good night. That's the end, right?
Oh, that's pretty good.
That could be the end, yeah.